I'm just saying that we're talking, obviously, we haven't asked Dean, but England today, the general consensus is no changes at all in team selection, and I get it, but I'm going to ask you, if you're Gareth, surely you're asking Harry Kane, I know the scan came back okay, but surely you're asking him, 100%.
Yeah, I think so, but I went over to England training yesterday, to the open training, just to kind of see whether he was training properly, and he was absolutely fine. As in the little rondos and the keep balls, he was flying about. He looks absolutely fine. I think it was probably a precaution, but he's not going to miss it, and especially he's going to have that feeling of I've missed out.
Goal,
I've missed out. We've scored 6. I haven't got one.
Yeah.
I'd fancy him for a couple of goals tonight. I think he'll really be up for it.
What place is up for grabs, Dean? If you're looking at the England team, I think Sterling was a big decision he made. Yeah. Would you say Mason Mount was the only one really? He was okay, but could a change be there?
I think those are the positions, aren't they? Possibly wide with Sterling and Mount because of their form. They were both excellent. Mount was unbelievable off the ball. And Gareth loves that. He absolutely loves that. I think that's why Gallagher's in the squad, because of that work rate, because of that understanding. And Mount gives him that. And he was good enough on the ball as well without really creating a lot, Mount. But that is that one position. And Foden and Grealish came on and just looked like, you know, they didn't have a care in the world, even though it was the World Cup. But I think those players deserve their spot again. Yeah. But USA will be totally different. Wales and Iran will sit there and just
How do you see that?
USA won't.
Yeah. I'm really confident that England will win the group.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who are you looking at in the last 16?
Well, obviously it depends.
Ecuador, Netherlands. Obviously a big game today. You guys are doing it.
We're both doing that game today.
It's a big game.
I've got to say, looking at it, the Netherlands, their first game, they didn't overly impress me. Up front, the boy Janssen, I thought he was bang average, to tell you the truth. Bergwijn played, he looks all right, but up front they didn't look, they didn't look as though they would really worry. I don't think. Capable of improvement, of course they are, but I still say, Dean, I mean, and I keep harping on about it, England at this moment in time, there'll be more people worried about England than they would worry England.
And Dean, you know what Gareth's like as well. There's every chance he will stick with the same 11. And maybe, just maybe, after an hour, if things are going well, England 1 or 2 up, then he make a few changes. And then I think he would make changes for the third game against Wales. The likes of Foden and Grealish will probably play a bigger part. Yeah,
I think obviously with Wales playing this morning, he'll then know the situation, whether actually, if they win the game against USA, they're going to be top as well. That would be great for Gareth to be able to think, right, I can almost change as many people as I like to rotate and rest and have them extra days. I think it's about 8 days they would have then between the round of 6. Yeah, between this game and the round of 16, which would make a huge difference to some of those players. 100%. So it feels as if we're going to wait and see how Wales get on, and then it'll be a big game tonight.
Then I've got to ask you about the system. Now, I was really happy that he played 4 at the back. Yeah, because loads of people will think, well, would he go 3 at the back? Do you think he will change it for the tournament, or do you think he might stick with a 4 all the way through it?
I can't see him sticking with the 4 if we come up against a top side that have got players that can hurt us. I just can't see it. It's just not been within his nature. And Kyle Walker's looks like he's fit again. Yeah, I think he would be put into a back 3 against the top sides, and it'd be a shame because I just think. Of course it would. I just think with that extra player in the forward areas against Iran, when it got wide and Trippier got the ball and looked in. There was like 4 or 5 players in the box, which is just not like us when we play that back 3 and 2 holding midfield players. Bellingham's running to the box for his goal. Brilliant, absolutely. But those 2 midfield players give him the licence to go and get in the box.
If you're playing against France in the quarters, look, we're looking ahead now.
I'll tell you that now.
You're playing against Giroud.
Yeah.
You know, Buff, you stop Giroud. He ain't going to run in behind you, is
100%.
So
I think you play against France. The obvious problem's the major one. The major problem is the obvious one. It's Mbappe.
His pace.
Absolutely. So you get Kyle Walker back in the team. I'd still go with 4. I genuinely would.
Yeah. But what about Brazil's? I really liked how Brazil looked. The 2 fullbacks actually stayed, and then it was almost like the 4-2-4. I really like that. I think England could do that and just say to Trippier and Shaw, actually,
just defend.
You defend, but then we still have those extra players and Bellingham going from midfield and joining in. Yeah.
Because the one thing that actually makes sense, particularly if you're playing somebody against, like the pace that, whether it's a Neymar or an Mbappe, you know, they're obviously going to get more space. If your fullbacks are up pushing ahead, that's when they'll exploit them. But if you tell them to stay, chances are that, well, certainly not going to get in behind you.
Look at me comparing us to Brazil.
Yeah, Dean, just.
But why wouldn't you?
Dean, just give us a.
We're just not used to thinking like that.
Dean, just give us a little a minute on Wales against Iran. You know, this is a massive. As much as it's a big game for England, it's massive for Wales. This one.
It is. I think the team selection, Kiefer Moore has got to play. I think that was a big mistake from Rob Page. I'd like to think he's realised that. He plays him against Iran, who look poor. From crosses into the box, England scored 3 from crosses, so that should be what they're looking for. But neither of these teams want the ball. They actually prefer it to sit there and defend and counter-attack. But I just think with Kiefer Moore up there, and I know what it's like being a bit of a unit myself, I can do the hard work, and Kiefer Moore will, and his hold-up play's good. So then you've given time for Bale and Ramsey to get up to you, and then they can create. I think Wales will win today. I think they're big game players, some of their players, and they seem to perform when the pressure's on.